Chris, I know that they call Henare the Mauler, but he might be looking at a bit of a Mauler himself here tonight. And a new look for the new never openweight champion. The Wolf is in the house here.
The Wolfman himself making a little bit of history, Walker. For the first time since the year 2000, 26 years was the last time Kenzo Suzuki it was that made his G1 debut in his pro wrestling debut year. And that is the level of Aaron Wolf, the super rookie, shot to his first never championship reign in Wrestle Kingdom in his debut match, now a two-time champion, looking to become G1 champion over the course of the most grueling endeavor in all of sports.
A new era for Aaron Wolf as never openweight champion, but never before has Aaron Wolf competed in a G1 Climax tournament. That changes here tonight, Chris.
I gotta say, you Walker, I mean, it is a blow-away atmosphere ever since before our opening video played here in the building. This is really, really something to be here in the great city of Chicago for the opening night of G1 Climax.
Yeah, and we have a lot of great action to continue all throughout your evening. 9 matches on deck here tonight. And this is the visual we have for you on this evening. One fall, 30-minute time limit. A first-time singles matchup, and the world is electric.
Here we go.
For Aaron Wolf and Henare as we get right into the collar and double tie-up here, Chris. A lot of action to talk about, including a Tokyo Dome rematch tonight in our main event. Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji.
America is fired up, man. There's some other sporting tournament happening in America right now, but this is where the action is.
Yeah, this is certainly the one to be talking about as Henare and Aaron Wolf kick off G1 Climax this year. And it was 2 years ago that Henare kicked off a G1 Climax over in Block B. And that did not go the way that Henare had anticipated. His last G1 entry in 2024, Chris.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, Henare's last singles match in America didn't go the way he anticipated. A loss to Eddie Kingston in 2023. Wow. Of course, wow, my goodness, cracked Aaron Wolf there. And that's what this game is about, Walker. It's going to be strikes versus the judo expertise and the grappling. And right now, the stand-up is working very, very well for Henare, inside and out.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I had a conversation with Henare earlier on in the evening. Told me that he is looking to submit a judo master in Aaron Wolf. Really set the stage for a very well-earned G1 Climax this year for the IWGP champion. Man, Henare is going to make it very difficult for Aaron Wolf to get any semblance of self here tonight.
Yes, I mean, well, Wolf also very well earned his spot into this G1 against Yoshihashi. Had to qualify, had to play in even as the never openweight champion. Oh, and clattering into the ring post. I don't think this match is going quite the way Wolf had anticipated. I think he expected this to be inside the ring and doing a lot of time out of it right now.
You expect a lot of out-of-the-ring action when it comes to House of Torture, and Aaron Wolf has been in the House of Torture universe for some time now, and I think he expected a little bit of something different here out of Henare. You cannot expect anything other than violence from the Mauler. As Hiro Saito-esque, that senton going to drive it right through Aaron Wolf. Find the cover now for Henare in a 2 count tonight.
And that is something that can crack a sternum. Aaron Wolf speaking before the tournament saying, well, I mean, it doesn't do well in any tournament. Of course, a very experienced tournament fighter, Walker, of course, because of his experience in judo, in the Olympics, but not in something like the G1, but saying you have to go all out in this match. You cannot think about conservation, otherwise you will lose and it will just snowball. All right, let's see if Aaron Wolf can trade, Walker.
All the credit to Aaron Wolf for standing in this fight with Henare tonight. Oh, as Aaron Wolf managed to chop that to the wayside. One more time, targeting that right arm, and Wolf.
Oh, Uranage!
He's got it. Hey, Uranage, a newly added maneuver in the arsenal of Aaron Wolf, really starting to expand and wrinkle just a little bit of his gamesmanship.
Aaron Wolf in total 3-2 over the last in this year, 2026, that's his debut year. Henare, of course, missed well over a year of action, so he's only ever wrestled one singles match in 2026. That a loss to Boltin Ole.
Hanare was out in 2025, missed G135 last year due to a knee injury. He's not going to have to worry about targeting of the knee from a guy like Aaron Wolf. As Wolf is suplexed down on Hanare and has got to try and foot his team. Here we go. Elbow drop right there for Wolf again. And hook the outer leg one more time. Not going to be enough to put down the Mauler.
Yeah, elbow drop, certainly something that has become a very keen string to his bow. That angle slam as well was how he worked his way into this tournament and set up that triangle choke that he also likes to use.
That's how he became the never openweight champion for the first time in his career, the second time as well, most recently back at Dominion, June 14th of this year. And Aaron Wolf, it's one thing to compete in G1 for the first time, it's a whole nother to be a champion in the G1. Man, Hanare is well away of that fact. The spinning wheel kick from Hanare managing to flatten down the Wolf tonight.
Yeah, at the end of this tournament, the semi-final night, August 15th, we'll be saying goodbye to Hiroyoshi Tenzan and be having his retirement. That was a very Tenzan-esque application of the spinning heel.
You are looking at Hanare right now, one of the hardest heads in pro wrestling, and Aaron Wolf has got to keep his head on straight as well.
Gotta watch out for the rampage.
Here we go. Inbound. No, Aaron Wolf. Oh, and shots like that.
Oh,
Aaron Wolf going for it here, Chris. Aaron Wolf wanting to test himself in the stand-up game. That shows the man that Wolf's going to be coming this year's tournament, Chris.
Well, I mean, you heard the reaction as we had yesterday at our Fan Fest. You know, a lot of questions put out. We don't know what Aaron Wolf, what to expect from him just yet. And now we're seeing it, and we're hearing it too for these fans in Chicago.
Oh, and Hanare starting to stumble here. Oh, and it just takes one. That liver punch from Hanare.
Oh.
I think he may be thinking Ultima here, Chris.
Yeah, we just had the call 10 minutes past. Of course, 30 minutes, the time limit for every G1 league matchup. If it went the 30-minute distance, it would be 1 point for each man. It would go to a draw, 2 points for a win.
Take a look at that from Aaron Wolf. This judo background coming to use. It's a beautiful takedown there one more time. Hadai Goshi really going to flatten down the IWGP Tag Team Champion.
And you see, I think we saw it with Yoshihashi as well in the play-in, the initial drive for professional wrestling, and then when it comes down to it, if he needs to, the judo is there, the angle slam wasn't, and Ultima is now.
Yeah, Hanare's got Ultima locked in right there. Those fingers are interlocked. We can see it from behind there on Aaron Wolf. As Aaron Wolf, this could be a verbal submission that we're looking at now as Hanare continues to wear down.
Wolf trying to lace his fingers to try and weaken the grip of Hanare on the other side. Might want to reach down, grab his leg and try and break it that way or get to the ropes, and he does.
I mean, this is something that we're going to talk about throughout this tournament as Hanare continues this whole day. And referee Kenta Sato has got to do his damnedest to turn things around here. Aaron Wolf, not exactly a leg submission guy, not exactly a leg attack guy. There's no leg-based attack in judo, and so it's been a very different ball game for Wolf, especially coming into a tournament like this.
Yeah, but that's also not exactly Hanare's game either. He likes to stand, he likes to throw, he likes the tackle, power slam instead.
And Aaron Wolf, a lot of power, going to drive down Hanare on that shot, and this action rolls on.
Yeah, the bars once this match was made, Hanare saying on social media that there's a saying in the martial arts world, your black belt tends to go flying when you get punched in the face. And Aaron Wolf responded, well, someone's bravado tends to go flying when you get thrown by an Olympic gold medalist. And we saw it right there. Power slam from Wolf, going to set him up.
Here we go.
The reverse angle slam, maybe.
Oh, no, Hanare out on his feet, and a big chop to the chest of the Mauler.
Sweat fly. The conditioning going to start to be tested for Aaron Wolf at this point.
The G1 Climax is a test of the human condition in itself. And the human condition may be failing Aaron Wolf right now. Switching levels there to Hanare, and Wolf still standing for the fight, but may not stand any longer.
Yeah, might not have been the best choice to do that.
Hanare, here we go.
How about that?
The Wolf Wolf's kiss.
You do not headbutt Henare, the stupidest decision you might have made, Aaron Wolf.
Put a little bit more vinegar into Henare tonight. Off the ropes now one more time, underneath once again. Whoa, 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 wait a minute, Aaron Wolf. I can't believe what we're seeing. Angle slam. And Wolf's not done yet. Wants it in full, reverse, angle slam.
Nicely done.
Aaron Wolf for the cover. First 2 points, first G1 Climax matchup. What a battle for Aaron Wolf tonight.
Hell of a showing. It's going to be a massive boost for the confidence of Aaron Wolf. This is exactly the kind of situation that Wolf wanted right from day one in professional wrestling. And, well, it's going to be a long, hard crawl, and I would say Morgan begins a trial that might be even tougher than the trial he encountered in 2021 going to Olympic gold.
Yeah, no doubt about it. If Aaron Wolf was able to overcome on that experience, there is no doubt in my mind Aaron Wolf could be a future G1 Climax winner. The future may be now, and we may be on the road to it soon enough.
本日のオープニングマッチ G1 クライマックス B ブロック公式戦は9分1秒ウルフ・アロン選手の勝利です。
Wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining us live here tonight on NJPW World. We have a jam-packed house here in Now Arena. Could not be happier to see all the people that have decided to join us tonight in Chicago, Illinois.
It is wild. I mean, you heard it. I mean, like, there's just chills going up and down the arms. There's a special kind of electricity when it comes to the G1 Climax specifically. And man, what a time we've had really all weekend. Always a great place to be here in Chicago.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Aaron Wolf, 2 points on the board, victorious on the evening. A lot of action to get into here tonight. How about Bulletin Oleg versus Ryohei Oiwa coming up in A block, our semi-main event of the evening. Plus, Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji, your main event from the Tokyo Dome this year on American soil tonight. Just half a year down the line.
Couple of Tokyo Dome main events on one night right here in Chicago. The New Japan Cup final, Yuya Uemura versus Callum Newman, getting replayed here tonight in G1 League action. We are just getting started, 9 matches on deck.
And wrestling fans, coming up next, it is A block competition to come your way. Shingo Takagi versus Jake Lee, one-on-one.
第2試合 G1 クライマックス A ブロック公式戦30分一本勝負を行います。
Always you wonder how a lot of people in their first experience in America are going to be treated. Aaron Wolf, well, at least half on home field earlier on, got a big reception. I wonder how Chicago's going to react to Jake Lee. How does anyone react to Jake Lee? It's a difficult man to react to, Walker.
Well, it's a difficult man to read indeed, and it's something that we're going to talk about, not just tonight in Chicago, but all throughout. G1 Climax 36 this year, a man who is competing in his second ever G1. Takes it back to 2024, and a very, very different Jake Lee at that point in time as a member of the Bullet Club War Dogs. But a far cry from that is what we have in 2026.
Well, Jake Lee since then, took a terrifying spill in September of that year. Sustained a severe knee injury as well as aggravated a lingering case of what was spinal stenosis that was undiagnosed. Jake Lee spent a year on the shelf, a year unable to move, in blinding pain in the same 4 walls of his apartment. I mean, that would drive anybody insane. And that is certainly an insane, twisted and very different Jake Lee that we see here tonight in Chicago.
青コーナーユナイテッドエンパイアサイレントチェスタージェイク・リー。
Temperature for Jake Lee in Chicago, a little bit on the Windy City side.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's been very hot over the last few days here in Chicago, but for Jake Lee. A little bit of a cooler reception. We're going to get fired up again now, though.
It is a man who is no stranger to G1 Climax competition, entering his 8th G1 tournament in the year of 2026. Comes the way of the Rampage Dragon, Shingo Takagi, and he can only hope to outdo his personal best of 2024, running into the playoffs of that year's tournament and go all the way to a Ryogoku Sumo Hall final. And when it comes to Shingo Takagi, certainly a lot of history to talk about, Chris. When it comes to Jake Lee, it was Jake Lee who put Shingo Takagi on the injury reserve back around January, early February this month with a giant killing knee strike. Broke the rib of Shingo Takagi back during the Road to New Beginnings series. And let's not pretend Shingo Takagi has forgotten about that for an instant.
赤コーナーアンバウンドカンパニーランペイジドラゴン高木慎吾
No stranger to these United States, Walker.
レフェリー佐藤啓太
A 33-20 singles win-loss record here in the United States of America, going all the way back to 27th of August 2005. You're wrestling the legendary Curryman for Ring of Honor.
Wow. Shingo Takagi had a brief excursion as a part of Dragon Gate down in Houston, Texas. I have a couple of friends that promoted a couple of Shingo Takagi matches. You know, we're watching online. Shout out Justin Bissonette on the evening as Shingo Takagi and Jake Lee go one-on-one. And Chris, as we get to talking about Shingo Takagi and Jake Lee, it does indeed take us back to the last G1 Climax that Jake Lee competed in. And while a very different man, he's going to hope for a very different result from their last and only singles encounter. Takagi put down Lee back in Nagaoka in the G1 2 years ago.
Well, and then, you know, I mean, you think you flash back to earlier on this year, the then recently married Shingo Takagi had to undertake, well, rather an unpleasant and painful honeymoon. Jake Lee with the giant killing knee, as you mentioned, you know, really putting him on the shelf for quite a few weeks there.
Chris, as we get early into the match card here tonight, I have to ask you, with a change of scenery, a change of pace, most of our talent flying, what, 12, 13, 14 hours over here to the United States of America, does that impact things on the night one of a G1 like this?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, I think, though, most of us have been on the same boat. You know, somebody who has not been on the boat is the notable absence of Gabe Kidd,
right,
who is, frankly, not allowed in the country at this standpoint. And so, you know, maybe if he was, you know, the guys that are American-based, then I think they would have the advantage. But everybody's been flying in. Not many Americans in this G1, Walker.
Yeah, not a single one.
Well, it's half of one.
Yeah, well, there you go. As right in front of us here on the outside of the ring, Shingo Takagi and Jake Lee. Shingo certainly knows how to utilize the outside of the ring to an advantage. But Jake Lee, I mean, can we talk about the mental game of Jake Lee so far in the year of 2026?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jake Lee realizes, knows, mentioned it in his press comments earlier on this week, that the physical limitations are certainly there. So it's all about playing the mental game and trying to counter. Jake Lee was countered right into those guardrails. That's not going to help the physical at all.
It's a very difficult ball game for a man like Jake Lee. He's wrestling, what, for the first time ever in the United States? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, that is correct.
A couple of clowns here in Chicago. Jake Lee certainly knows his way around a pro wrestling ring, no doubt about it. As Takagi going to bring things right back inside the ring. Shingo Takagi, of course, no stranger to the United States, has competed many a time in Chicago, has taken right down with that big boot. And Jake Lee's so good at changing the pace the way that we just saw.
Just completely flipping the script. Of course, Jake Lee has only been in.
Oh, come on. Well, you can't Fortnite dance in Chicago. You got to give me a break.
Fortnite's big in Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I wonder whether dental gloves are big in Chicago. Whether he's bought any. I don't know. We might find out. Jake Lee 4-5 in his only G1 appearance 2024, but did win his first. And Shingo Takagi has been very up and down, predominantly down on opening nights in his G1. The 2 times where he won his opening night, Walker, were his best 2 performances in G1 Climax. 2021, 6-2-1, nearly made the finals into the cover there.
For Jake Lee, and it's 2.
And then the only other time where he won his opening bout was in 2024, made it all the way to the semi-finals. So here is in a position where certainly it behooves Shingo to get a win early. Shingo in Japanese can mean traffic light, and I think the green for go for Jake Lee, and the red for stop might be coming out.
I had no idea where you were going with that one, Chris. Shingo Takagi and Jake Lee here, center of the ring. Oh, and Shingo certainly knows how to pop that back elbow. Here we go, though. Oh, and again, that knee. Talked about putting Shingo Takagi on the shelf earlier on in the year with that giant killing knee, and Jake Lee might have the same idea here tonight.
Might be putting him to sleep at this standpoint. See Kenta Sato with the check still, the blood flowing to the brain for now, but it's starting to grow dim, starting to grow grey.
And Shingo, hold on a minute. Suplex down on Jake Lee. That's certainly going to aggravate the spine. We talked the litany of injuries that Jake Lee is walking into with tonight.
My question is, Shingo and Natsupoi have been doing a lot of common training recently. Natsupoi using the Made in Japoi to victory. I wonder whether Natsupoi has taught any new tricks for Shingo Takagi for the G1.
Well, can't wait to see Shingo hit the Ferial Gift moonsault. Oh! Tagged him right on the jaw there, did Shingo Takagi.
And, well, Shingo saying that was the ball of the palm.
5分経過、5分経過、5 minutes past.
Well, I'll believe you thousands wouldn't.
And Jake Lee, trying to turn the tide, and Shingo put right on that top rope. And again, these shots, I mean, the ribs, the chest, everywhere in that midsection of Shingo, it's doing a lot of damage if you're Jake Lee.
I mean, we have long talked about it. I mean, rib injuries.
Hold on a minute.
Wait a second.
Cut down to size. And face first for Jake Lee on the outside here. Watch out now. Death Valley driver.
And that could mean disaster. That was a heavy impact, and you always have to think neck back when it comes to Jake Lee. And you see him grimacing in pain. That is not the face paint. That is the genuinely true tortured expression on the face of Jake Lee right now.
And referee Kenta Sato is going to want to bring this one back inside the ring. I think Takagi has the idea first, though. And Shingo Takagi, a lot riding on the start to this year's G1, just as it is for every other man involved in the action tonight.
Looking to follow up big from one big impact to the next year. I think this superplex off the top could mean a disaster for Jake Lee for the entire tournament.
Dangerous. This is dangerous.
Oh!
Superplex on Jake Lee.
And here we go.
Shingo Takagi for the cover here tonight, and it's 2.
Shoulder up for now, but I do remember, or maybe Shingo Takagi might be thinking that time might have arrived here in their arena. Very appropriate building to be. The time is now.
Shingo Takagi here, Chris, looking to put this one away, and I think Made in Japan could be coming inbound and dropping heavy on American soil.
I think back to that big key win. Oh no, wait a second.
Just like that, in a split moment, Jake Lee right back on the offense, and a penalty kick.
Well placed. Well, I think we're very, very fortunate that the match today didn't go to penalties, but Jake Lee putting one in the back of the net right there. And you see it's the solar plexus, the upper side. And It's bothering Shingo. Chokeslam perhaps.
Oh, and again.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that is on the wrong side of the damage point.
I mean, not to borrow a Piperism, but every time Shingo has the answers, Jake Lee has changed the questions.
Watch it.
Oh, wait,
Shingo.
denied.
Oh, dropped right down there into Takagi.
The bad knee, Walker.
Yeah, he's doing his damnedest right now. That dragon screw on the right knee of Jake Lee is doing a lot of favors for Takagi here. And a picturesque moment. Shingo Takagi passed right by there by Jake Lee. German suplex in Takagi. Takagi still standing.
Oh, wait.
Down with the bomber.
The pinfall. Oh, man. It shows how Shingo Takagi is having to think outside the box here, Walker, and go to that sliding, pinning version of the pumping bomber. This is the best I've seen Jake Lee look in a long time here.
That bomber pumped right through the silent jester. If we can see it here, driving down Shingo Takagi. 1, 2, just 2. Shingo Takagi doing all within his power to try and keep this match in his control. And Takagi is going to have to spend a little bit more time on Jake Lee tonight.
And who'll be the last of Jake Lee? No, last of the Dragon denied.
A sleeper hold. Shingo Takagi going to fight right out of it tonight.
I think Jake Lee wrestling with a determination, forward focus, and great counter punching. Oh.
And a headbutt from the Rampage Dragon. Oh, come on.
Lead in and into the finger poke and the grasp there.
Not at all where Takagi wanted to be on that one, but Shingo, you never turn your back on the Dragon. Half
the knee again.
Half-hatch suplex. Jake Lee still standing, but for how long? Base break shot. Jake Lee's done it. This one's over.
Wow.
10分14秒、ジェイク・リー選手の勝利です。
Oh, and a chorus of boos out of Chicago right there.
Well, I'll be damned.
We have one clown out here in the crowd, a couple around that are delighted and bowing down to Jake Lee, however.
I mean, Chris, we've been saying it for a long time. There is a small cult following that Jake Lee has developed ever since this shift.
You might not like some of those tactics over the course of that matchup, Walker, but Jake Lee wrestling with a forward focus and urgency and a pace. We didn't even see him when he was wrestling for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at New Beginning earlier this year. This is a very interesting development from Jake Lee. I kind of like it right now. And you put away Shingo Takagi in your first, that sets you up very, very strongly going forward. And his next will be in Sapporo next week.
Well, it does the exact opposite for the Rampage Dragon, an 0-1 record.
本日の第2試合 G1 クライマックス A ブロック公式戦は10分14秒、ジェイク・リー選手の勝利です。
Wrestling fans as Jake Lee and Shingo Takagi make their way to their respective locker rooms. We have a lot of great action continuing on the road for G1 Climax, and we are going to be live all throughout the evening, all throughout this tournament as well. On NJPW World in English, you are not going to want to miss a moment of G1 Climax 36 this year.
Best place to be, of course, is right here on NJPW World if you can't be there in person. But if you can, njpw1972.com. Events coming up July 25th and 26th in Ota. One of those great venues, historic venues, and of course, finals coming up in mid-August. njpw1972.com. And also all these fans in Chicago know there's nothing like Japan Bar.
Wrestling fans, we're going to move right back into B-block competition. Coming up next, Oscar takes on Red Arena one-on-one.
G1 クライマックス B ブロック公式戦30分一本勝負を行います。
Chris, there was a very obvious game plan for House of Torture heading into this year's G1 Climax tournament. Ren Narita thought he was going to blow through Aaron Wolf again in Osaka-jo Hall, that he would enter as never openweight champion, and that he would win the whole damn thing all on his own. And, well, all those points have come to pass, and I'm not sure we're going to be seeing any of them.
青コーナー、ハウスオブトーチャー、182センチ、100キロ、ソールドアウト、成田レウ
Just this past week in Koroko and Hall was to drive out the entire clown car and make sure that Yujiro Takahashi put away Oscar to play into the G1 and well, be the security in the little insurance policy for Narita. Oscar, and with the help of Yuto Ice, solved all that issue.